So when it comes to property, what are the actual hidden costs that you're looking at when you've got an acquisition of about $500,000? Well, most people assume that you just put down something like a 10% deposit. Now, when you put down a 10% deposit for your investment, what usually happens is you're slammed with this massive LMI bill because you're borrowing right at 90%. We want to actually be able to avoid something like this. And stamp duty, usually on a purchase for $500,000, a whopping $17,500 in some states. Now, legals, you're always accounting for something like $2K for your legal bill, and most people don't actually factor this cost in when they're actually buying property. But there is a way to actually get into the market and figure out all those hidden costs right from the beginning. So a healthy way to put in a deposit is something like around 12%, where you're looking at about a $60,000 deposit instead of the $50,000 deposit, because with that little extra 2% deposit that you're putting into the property, you'll notice that the LMI benefits that you save far outweigh the capital that you've extra invested into the property. Another strategy is doing something like a house and land. Well, you might ask, well, Sean, with a house and land, I don't actually get the keys for a really long time, for about that 7 to 8 month period. So I'm actually just paying the interest on the mortgage that whole time. Well, true. So what would the stamp duty actually amount to be? Well, you're looking at about $6,100 as an example, just because you pay stamp duty only on the land portion, not on the whole purchase price amount. With the legals, they actually stay the same. So when you're looking at the differences, what are the hidden costs? Holding costs. Now, holding costs amount to just about $6,500 in this low interest rate environment. So if we're really weighing up the maths, the total cost to be able to do something where you've got the existing level of stamp duty and the existing level of legals minus what you would have done with going for a house and land and just paying the holding costs of $6,500, you've actually got a win of $4,900 back to your pocket. So it's still more beneficial to do something like a house and land. And more so when you actually rent it out as an investment, what do you actually get? What are those deductions? Well, you're actually able to claim every single expense on the investment property except the principal amount that you're doing to reduce the mortgage. So what are those deductions? You get to claim the interest on the mortgage, for starters, which is your biggest bill, as well as your depreciation on your fixtures and fittings. You get to claim your insurances, and you get to claim other expenses as well, like your property management fees, for example, your council fees, for example. So when you add all of these up, you're looking at approximately a tax refund of almost $7,000 for the average wage earner in Australia. Whoops, this paper's a bit hard. But breaking it down into a week-to-week sort of tax benefit, if this property as an investment was structured correctly, it should actually cost you nothing for the duration of you owning it. We're looking at a situation where you could be pocketing 134 grand per week into your pocket, positive cash flow, just for structuring it this way. So get in touch with us to see how we can help you leverage what you're able to do with your $500,000 to get into a growing asset that actually saves you tax, actually gets you better off than buying existing, and learn how you can grow a portfolio from here.